How you guys doing today? It's Anthony Ganji. Welcome to another episode of Tear Talk. Guys, this is going to be a quick one. It's just going to be a tip for our medical personnel working in our prisons and jails. It's going to be a safety tip. I'm going to have Connie Alleyne come on, and she's going to explain a quick tip that I advise you guys to listen and follow. The reason why this tip I feel is needed right now is because we have a lot of personnel, medical personnel, that don't follow this advice that you're going to see. So let's get Connie in here. Connie, what's going on?
Hello. Everything's good. I'm excited. It's very rare that I do like medical sort of safety security tips, but this is a big one, right? Because I've had the experience of working with staff for a long time. And I think, so my history of being an EMT, I know how important my stethoscope is. So I have my handy dandy stethoscope here with me. But, you know, it is really like the tool of choice in the prison. I mean, many times, yes, the nurse on a stick is great to have, but many nurses default to old school. Get your stethoscope out, your blood pressure cuff. Like, what other way are you listening to lung sounds? Like this is it. Yeah.
Well, I'm going to forward the show over to you real quick, if you don't mind giving us this wonderful tip to live by.
Absolutely. So what I wanted to really just bring about here is the importance of the way we carry these stethoscopes around the facility. Oftentimes we just throw it around our necks and we just keep walking, right? And so reality, though, is that an inmate at any given time, because it's fully around your neck, and we know how strong this tubing is, inmate can take and choke us with this, right? Whether they're sitting in front of us in an encounter, if we are actually walking, right? Like we did a video one time about housing, a nurse was in a housing unit and she had her meds in front of her. But imagine inmate can pull you from the back because that's the way the inmate came around her. So I would just say, yes, it's convenient. We do it all the time, but we should not do this, especially in our environment. What we should do, excuse me, guys, if you need to have this around your neck, please just do it this way, right? Because we know the earpiece, the ear tips are not going to scratch us, right? The ear tips on here will not scratch. And this will pop open as someone pulls. So to make sure that you are not in harm's way of someone strangling you with this or being able to pull you with it, please do not wear it around your neck.
Hey, Connie, how strong is that tubing?
So this tubing, I mean, it's not even just like elastic. It is like a very thick tubing, right? And intentionally so, right? Because the sounds that you need to pick up when you're listening for, you know, heart sounds, murmurs, whatever you're trying to, you know, detect with it, it's to make sure that you can actually hear those sounds. So, you know, this is not going to pop. It is not. You know, I mean, I know I'm not the strongest, but like the reality is that this tubing is made to not pop. It is made to be durable.
Yeah. And guys, I think this is good advice because I know in my career, I've seen doctors and nurses kind of just plopping it on their neck. And I just never thought of it before, you know, and then someone mentioned in a chat recently, and I'm like, you know what? Let's just jump on this real quick. It's needed advice. I don't want to sit on it too long because I know what's happening in our prisons right now. So I think it's great advice. Just a very simple, basic 101 reminder, guys. Don't, you know, when you put it on your neck, if you do, be cognizant with how you put it on your neck. You know, I like the fact that you said, you know, put it on where if they pull it, you know, it just
pops right out.
Comes right out. So
yeah. The only thing I would want to add, because I think like this is one thing, but I think, you know, I've seen, you know, providers wear ties into facilities. And so I've had the experience of a provider with a tie on in a housing unit where, you know, the inmate's food trap was open. Inmate pulls him by his tie and pulls him in. And he can't do anything to get out of that, right? Like officer sees and comes with his shears and cuts it. But reality is that when you have things around your neck that are restrictive, that an inmate can gain leverage or like extra tension on, you have to be careful.
Yeah, not that's 100% a solution, but I do see people wear the clip-ons as opposed to the ties that are tied around their neck. I mean, that could be a better chance to try to get it out. But if you're right, if you have that tied on your neck and they get a hold of that, I mean, you're literally whichever way they want to go with you. I mean, that's just is what it is. Well, thank you, Connie, for sharing this tip. I'm going to get up shortly. And as always, guys, this was a quick video. Stay safe. How you guys doing today? It's Anthony Ganji. Welcome to another episode of Tier Talk. Guys, we have a great safety tip for our medical personnel who work in our prisons and our jails. It's a great tip. It's a needed tip. And I have no one better than to do this tip than, wait, did I say that right? No one better? Wait a second. Let me bring her in right now because that didn't, wait a second. Wait, I have no one better? Is that right?
Maybe that's the way you want to say it.
Yeah, I don't know. Does that sound, you know what I mean?
I know what you mean. You couldn't find anybody better than me?
But don't people usually say
No. I know that's not what you mean.
Yeah, so I have the better. Wow. I'm cutting this whole beginning. Hold on, guys. I'm cutting the whole beginning.
I've got none better than.
Maybe that's what it is. That's weird. It sounds so condescending.